We're back. In the final video, I want to talk about once you get the underhook, if your partner has a good whizzer and they stop you from taking the back. This becomes a big problem, and it's something that I struggled with for a long time. About 6 months ago, I figured out a reasonable solution for this problem. So what would happen before is they would get a whizzer, I would get up to my knees, and then it would turn into that dogfight position where half the time they would throw me and put me on my back, and then I would have to try to sweep them with the momentum or get stuck. Or the other half of the time, I'd be able to reach their far leg and old school sweep them. So it was sort of a 50-50 kind of thing where I would sometimes win, sometimes not win. When I started doing this new modification, I started to win that situation a lot more often because it kind of puts your partner in a situation where there's not really a whole lot of good answers for them to do. So what that looks like is I'm here, I get this, and then he whizzers, right? Now, if he steps up on this leg, so you step up, good, and you put pressure on me. So a solid whizzer, step further out. Yeah, this way, good. Now he's putting all of his weight on me, and it's much harder for me to sweep him. If his leg is closed, it becomes easy to grab his leg, but I want to focus more on what to do against somebody who's good at keeping their leg away and making this position very difficult. So from here, the first thing I'm doing is I'm kicking in the butt with my left leg. As I get to my knees, this hand, here, let's change the angle a little bit. This hand is underhooking his leg right here. I started calling this the honeymoon position because when I pick him up from here, it kind of looks like when you carry your new spouse over the doorway. It's a dumb name, but it's the easy way to remember it. So when I go here, as soon as I do this, it puts him in a position where there's not really a whole lot of good answers. I keep my head very tight to him, so I don't have to worry about any chokes. And now from here, if he shifts his weight to his left, this is very easy. I circle, lift, and put him on his butt, which results in a very tight side control position, which is hard for him to escape from because he's still got his arm wrapped around me and I have control of his leg. So he can't turn towards me to elbow escape. It's hard for him to turn away. He's pretty much locked in position for now. If we go back, so I peel the leg, get underneath here. If he pushes into me, if he gives me too much momentum, it's a very easy roll. If we slide your left a little bit, Chris, just so there's more, like back a little bit away from the camera. Yeah, here, just there's more room. If we get to right about here, and I can't quite take him over, my hand can switch to his far leg, and I can use my legs to help pry him over if I need to. Most of the time you don't need that, but you have that option if you want it. The only thing I found that works really well for neutralizing this is if he steps up on his left leg and keeps my shoulder pinned heavy to the mat and then does absolutely nothing. This neutralizes it. It doesn't get him any further, and it's not really a great answer for this, but it's the best thing I've found people to do. My solution for this so far is to try to drop my elbow towards the mat and turn this into a single leg position where I would drive into him, circle out, and put him on his butt. That part of it is still a work in progress, but really that's the only thing I found that's been super effective for stopping me in this position is just pinning my shoulder to the mat, keeping the weight super heavy, and not going anywhere, which is great if you want to stall the match out, but it's not a super proactive answer. So once I'm here, I'm either looking to circle towards his back this way and then pick him up if his weight falls to his left, right? Side control. Or if I can't and he pressures into me, rolling and completing my roll, this hand can switch to his far leg if I'm worried about him turning into me. Or if we get stuck right about here, I can throw my legs up, use that to pry him down. If we end up here, even if I'm in a bad spot, like bottom of side control here, there's really not a whole lot he can do here. So like Chris, do whatever. If he takes the whizzer away, I come out to the back. So it puts him in a position where if he leans one way, I get up, put him on his butt. If he leans the other way, I roll him over, end up on top of side control. If he relieves the whizzer, I come out and take the back with double lapel grips and ride the back. If he whizzers and keeps my shoulder pinned to the mat, that's the best answer I've seen so far. Doesn't mean there's not better answers, but that's the best I've seen so far. And in that case, I'm experimenting with dropping my elbow to power out of the whizzer and turning that into a single leg takedown. Give those a shot, let me know what you think.